Bought 3.5 million antibody tests. That will allow people to see whether they have had the virus and are immune to it.
If they are positive, when they do come back, they can be confident they will have some immunity.
We need to have immunity to protect ourselves from this in the future.
There's no doubt everyone hoped having coronavirus once would lead to some sort of immunity. We were even told it could mean going back to work, but not now. New research shows antibodies produced to fight it decline pretty quickly.
This isn't surprising when you look at antibody responses to any infection. The worrying thing is that with the other families of coronaviruses that circulate and cause common colds every winter in people, we know that this immunity waning happens and that people do get reinfected every 1 or 2 years.
A massive study by Imperial College London found in June 6% of people in England had antibodies. But by September that had fallen to just over 4%. They found age as a big factor. The immune response declined in nearly 40% of people over 75. But in the youngest group, 18 to 24-year-olds, only 15% had lost antibodies. Laura's a doctor and had coronavirus in March. Despite healthcare workers having the strongest immune response, her antibody test came back negative. The idea she could get it again is worrying.
I was kind of hopeful that I would be immune and then, I could go full pelt, not worrying. But now, obviously, that that's not necessarily the case. Back then, I couldn't breathe. I just could not breathe. It was awful. So if it came to that again, I could possibly need to go back to hospital. I don't want to, but I might have to.
Many people have hoped that the more we build immunity to COVID-19, the quicker we'll achieve what's called herd immunity. But this research suggests that we are a long, long way from that, and scientists involved say it may never be achieved.
Other scientists point out it's not all bad news. Any reinfection is likely to be much milder.
The absence of the foot soldiers, the antibodies themselves in the blood, doesn't actually imply that you don't have, in central command, if you like, the ability to produce those antibodies to defend you.
The question many are now asking is, will any future vaccination be any use at all?